Namaste everyone. Today we were going to discuss the discourse analysis of Selena Gomez's speech.
The speech is an inspirational and emotive message that incorporates self-acceptance, courage, and the power of love. The author begins with a description of personal experiences of being judged and misjudged in order to establish rapport with the audience and build credibility. There is a persistent emphasis in the speech on the reality that judgments from outside the likes, comments, or posts on social media do not make an individual less valuable. The approach is to ask the reader to remember love, forgiveness, and self-trust. The tone is chatty, celebratory, and empathetic, using inclusive languages like he guys and the whistle words like we all to create a sense of inclusiveness. It uses repetition effectively to make pertinent points, for example, forgiving others who hurt us and trusting ourselves. Metaphors like background noise and dim your light bring powerful images to mind that activate the imagination of the audience in receiving the message. The speech seamlessly transitions from reflecting on a personal experience to practical advice and ends with an inspirational call to action, calling out the audience to be themselves, love themselves, and believe. The emotional appeal is strong since the speaker relates to the pain caused by negativity but offers hope by considering love and positive that one can live.
Selena Gomez demonstrates a strong bond between her points by speaking clearly and appropriately with various linguistic devices. A major feature is repetition, ensuring that meaningful ideas are repeated so the audience get their point and can feel more involved. The speaker develops a bond with the audience by referencing them as us, I, and we, as found in I want you guys to know and we all deserve more than what we think. The topic of love, forgiveness, and having confidence in believing are consistently expressing using similar words, uniting the message of the speech. Moreover, expressions and substitutes is similar to those haters, pointing to previous criticism, help prevent the flow from being broken by repeating the same point. Through the use of conjunctions and transitions, speakers let listeners understand the differences or similarities in their statements. The writer uses parallel structure in this sentence by saying, just do you, be true to yourself, love yourself. Have confidence in yourself is added which makes the piece extra engaging. All in all, the writer maintains a united theme by highlighting authenticity and self-esteem in the face of others' judgments. The goal is reinforced throughout the sections and, in closing, Hedges encourages readers to stand up for their rights.
Meta-discourse as defined by Akbas and Hatipoglu in the year 2018 consists of linguistic tools that foster interaction and understanding across languages and genders. In Selena Gomez's Believe in Yourself speech, meta-discourse guides the audiences to focus and emotional response. Phrases like, I want you guys to know, and if you take just one thing from today, let it be this. This highlight key messages emphasizing self-belief and forgiveness. Inclusive language such as, we all deserve more, and I believe in you foster solidarity and support among listeners. And through these devices, Selena builds rapport and motivates her audience towards resilience and positive self-perception.
Selena Gomez's speech is a strong example of how given and new information work in discourse. She introduces new ideas like redefining self-worth beyond social media by connecting them to shared experiences and emotions. For instance, she starts with familiar given information like Instagram photos and haters, which her audience understand without explanation. This lets her introduce new information such as the idea that these things don't define a person in a relatable and persuasive way. She uses personal reflections such as transitions, helping listeners absorb her message emotionally and cognitively. Through this structure, Gomez effectively builds on prior knowledge to guide her audience toward new insights about self-love, resilience, and empowerment.
According to Wong 2023, coherence is the ability to communicate ideas in an organized, coherent, and logical way so that ideas flow naturally. Selena Gomez's speech demonstrates a coherent and organized flow of messages. She consistently emphasizing that she is not allowing external opinions and negativity to define one's self-worth. She also shared personal experiences to connect to her audience. She clearly explained that an individual should forget instead of rebutting. She successfully delivered her speech without misunderstanding the messages and experiencing difficulties in connecting the ideas. The purpose of her speech is clearly to motivate and empower the audience to ignore external issues and focus on self-worth.
Hi, I'm Ronaldin Vidaya, and today I will discuss with you the narrative structure of Selena Gomez's public speech delivered in an auditorium. So the speech is crafted to address themes of self-confidence, resilience, self-identity, and forgiveness in a world full of judgment and negativity. So by examining the key elements of her speech, from the introduction of the central issue to the empowering conclusion. Now, let's begin with the introduction of the central issue. So the speech begins with presenting all the central issue, how a person or individual often misinterpreted based on the standard of this community. So Selena Gomez introduces the theme by stating the external expectation and the pressure to conform with others. So this argument sets the stage by also acknowledging a common yet relatable topic. Next is the presentation of the conflict or problem. So the speech highlights the emotional and social challenges resulted by judgment and negativity commonly faced by the people in social media. So Selena Gomez abruptly shares her own experience of being misunderstood and put down, which pulls in the interest and audience's understanding of the problem, which leads to build the audience empathy. And then, let's talk about the development of the argument. So the speaker reflects on the meaning and the impact of these challenges by giving the audience relatable experiences. In year one argument, she states that one's identity should not be defined by external validation such as Instagram likes and negative comments. So this reflection quickly shifts from external judgments to internal self-worth, forming the main point of the argument. Then the proposed resolution. So the arguments move toward to a constructive resolution, wherein forgiveness and focus on love rather than the negativity. So the artist encourages the audience to forgive those people to spread lies and hates, explaining that negativity will often stems from ignorance. So her advice by this time serves as practical strategy to overcome such hurdles or challenges. By this time, let's talk about the empowering conclusion of her speech. So the speech was concluded by an empowering message, motivating self-belief, confidence, and mutual support. So the actress Selena Gomez reinforces the point of on what truly matters the most is the positive impact one leaves behind, not the negative opinion of other people. So this closing speech builds strong arguments by inspiring hope and personal agency.
We will now discuss a series of guiding questions that help us better understand the message, purpose, and impact of our chosen speech. So for the first question, what pattern emerged in the speech? Second, how does language reflect social context? Third, how does the speech reflect social pressures related to identity and public perception? Fourth, what kind of language is used to make the speech more personal and relatable? And fifth, how does the emotional tone of the speech help connect with the audience? So these questions guide our analysis of how language is being used by Selena Gomez to shape meaning and influence her audience.
This analysis records the level of cohesion present in Selena Gomez's speech. The analysis was done word by word and special interest was paid to the techniques that help the speech come together and touch people's heart. It was observed that the central message is made stronger by the author using the words like believe, love, and yourself more than once. The use of I, you, and we pronouns help build a relationship between the speaker and the people listening to her talk. Judgment, forgiveness, and confidence are included in the speech as repeated themes. Referring to those haters holds the different parts together while but and because and so logically organized and compared ideas. Parallel structures makes the speech sound more rhythmic and clear. The speech uses self-value, strength, and people's inner strength throughout its story. As a result, all these factors keep the speech unified, touching, and simple to grasp.
How does the discourse reflect social, cultural, or power dynamics? When it comes to social, the discourse reflects social dynamics by addressing pressures of public image, especially in the age of social media, where judgment and expectations are common. In the motivational speech of Selena Gomez, she emphasizes the emotional impact of online criticism and the tendency for people to form opinions without truly knowing someone. Through promoting forgiveness, self-worth, and mutual support, her speech challenges the negative aspects of social interactions and encourages more compassionate and understanding dynamics among individuals.
Selena Gomez's speech reflects contemporary values of self-love, mental health awareness, and resilience. It resonates with a culture increasingly aware of social media's psychological impacts and public scrutiny. Phrases like, "you trying to dim your light," "love yourself," and "have confidence in yourself" encourage youth to resist conforming to idealized societal standards and embrace their authentic selves. And by stating, "I know what it's like to be judged and to be put down," Gomez highlights the dual nature of celebrity culture, both idealization and scrutiny, promoting compassionate understanding beyond superficial admiration.
On Selena Gomez's speech, power dynamics emphasized the different way. She highlighted the experiences of individuals in social media by mentioning that they should not judge others based on what they see on social media because comments and photos cannot define who you are. Another one is when she mentioned background noise, which means negativity. She replied to the audience that the power of negativity should be ignored and refused to grant them to avoid comparison and protect themselves to possible impact of it. This speech motivates the audience by awakening their awareness on how they will invalidate the issues from various social media and to empower and protect themselves from external forces.